Yo, wagwan everyone, Sanju Uchiha here, so welcome back to the channel and I hope everyone's having a great day. Of course, coming to you with another post Boruto Manga chapter 43 discussion, so fair warning, there will be spoilers for this video, so anime only watchers, be wary. But getting into it, of course, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment, let's have a discussion, let me know what you think, leave a like, and I appreciate all the support. Now, getting into today's discussion, what I really wanted to talk to you guys about is Konoha's, or the protagonists, their next move on a grand scale. Because the more you think about it as we go along, it does seem like the time skip will be happening sooner than later. Now, I have done videos, or at least one video, talking about the time skip and that, it might not be as close, but might not be as far as we think. I'm kind of predicting, and I believe in that video I did predict as well, that we should be getting the time skip towards the end of this year, hopefully so yeah. But that aside, what I have to discuss today kind of should allude, or it should kind of indicate that we might get the time skip at the ending of this year, if we're going by the pacing of things and the story elements so far. Now, given that Naruto and Sasuke were defeated by Jigen, on a grand scale, I don't see Konoha like rushing into another conflict with Kara right away. They're going to, catch their breath. They're going to try to make preparations and plans to put things in place to combat Kara. And the best way to do that is, well, probably not the best way, but one of the ways that is going to happen more than likely is through training, which, based on that, you would imagine that we're going to get that training, that time skip training arc. Well, probably not arc, but the time skip in general, which would allude to the end of this year, as I'm saying. Now, training based on performance and recent events. We have one, Boruto, who has unlocked his level 2 karma unconsciously. Of course, Momoshiki is back, and given what Sarada had seen, what she saw during the fight, and her concerns, which she mentioned in Boruto chapter 43, I expect her to report that back to Naruto, and through that, probably Naruto, Kawaki, and Boruto together will actually go ahead to to actually do some training there, kind of investigate more about karma. And more than likely, we are going to see some old characters coming back into the picture. We know that before the fight against Jigen, or, well, was it before the fight against Jigen? Yes, it was. That they were implying that they were going to see Tsunade, so we should be getting Tsunade at some point before the time skip, more than likely. And I wouldn't be surprised if Orochimaru came back into the picture. So yeah, given the circumstances, it wouldn't be surprising to see Orochimaru and Tsunade come back. And from that, it actually leads, well, opens some certain story paths, I'd say, because if you look at it this way, if we have Tsunade coming back in to help investigate karma, given the nature of Sarada's training, or to date so far, I expect her to actually go ahead and find out more and kind of work on the Byakugo's seal much more than she already has. She already has a whole strength that's been, associated with that training, so more than likely we'll see Sarada go along that path. But of course, we should have Sasuke in the picture to kind of raise her up and train, because at the end of the day, Sarada is on Boruto's team. She'll be around him, and given the threat that is to come, I do expect Sasuke to, start training Sarada. But given the fact that Sasuke is Boruto's master, I expect on a grand scale that Naruto will be training with Boruto for a decent amount of time before he passes him back over to Sasuke, who they may start traveling, outside of Konoha. Maybe, given the circumstances. No, I mean, honestly, it's just training everywhere when you think about it, and that just kind of leads to me saying that, yeah, the time skip more than likely is going to come sooner than later. Now, given the threat that is at hand and the recent information that we got from the writer of the Boruto manga, the government, we have Kara members within the government, and given the threat that Kara potentially poses, and the dynamic of the relationship between Naruto and the current feudal lord of the Land of Fire. I expect them to kind of throw the government and the ins and outs of that aspect of it into the picture to allow the story to feel, bigger than it already is. Kind of make it feel like the world is larger than it already is, similar to like our One Piece. So yeah, there's that. And given the fact that a lot of Kara members, well, not a lot, but since there's not a lot of them, but we have Boru's dead, and we have that one Kara member, inner member, that Kashin Koji killed, and Kashin Koji himself seems to be betraying Kara, so we're kind of running low on inner members of Kara. So I'm kind of expecting them to start looking into the outer members, to see who can come back in, like probably be transferred to the inner members. So yeah, so getting into the government and Naruto probably talking with the the feudal lord and his side of administration, that's kind of like having a byproduct of that. So that should be interesting to see. Of course, this is only a prediction and speculation on my part, so yeah, I take that with a grain of salt. Now, the idea of Naruto training Boruto is good. Sasuke training is kind of like the characters, the protagonists will be kind of back and forth between multiple people that can enhance their characters from a capability standpoint, because Boruto training with Naruto is going to be very crucial. Kind of has a parallel, as I mentioned in my Naruto video, is a parallel between when Naruto was young and he had a power that he couldn't control. So that's going to be a good father-son training moment. But at the same time, we have Sasuke, who more likely will be concerned about the welfare of his daughter, so she'll be getting some training. And given that they'll be investigating karma, which is probably the best bet in terms of going forward in fighting Kara, then we should have Tsunade and Orochimaru coming back in, and of course Tsunade and Mitsuki by extension benefit. And given how they performed, I feel like each member of Team 7 has the motivation to train. So on a grand scale of things, yes, Konoha will be catching their breath and breathing and training, which kind of alludes to the fact that probably towards the end of the year we might get the time skip. So we might get some initial training, probably another mission, and then probably kind of go on to more training. Now, the other part of this that I want to talk about is the extension of what I mentioned already, the reintroduction of old characters. But old characters in this part of the video is what I'm referring to is the other members of Boruto's generation who have not been playing a major role in the manga, as well as characters like Rock Lee, fan favorites of course, coming back into the picture. Now, I think going forward before the time skip, it would be the best time to actually start introducing back some of these characters. Honestly, if it's not now, then I don't know when, unless we're gonna do it like right after the time skip. I know it's monthly and there's only so many things you can manage from month to month in terms of including in the chapter, but I think it would be a good way to link the anime and manga at this point, to know that these characters will be coming out to something worthwhile, such as like Denki Iwabe. Of course, Sumeri was already featured in the mangas, but it would be good to bring her back. Now, given everything that's happened, I do imagine that Naruto is going to fast track the development of scientific ninja weapons as well. So yeah, we might definitely, if nobody else, more like Sumeri will be making a comeback in the coming chapters before the time skip at least. So I think Konoha is going to be on full scale like war preparation mode. As I mentioned in the Naruto video as well, we probably should be expecting a 5 Kage summit. I mean, the fact that Naruto and Sasuke lost is a major cause for concern. So yeah, there is that on Konoha's list of options to do for their next big move. So 5 Kage summit involving the government, and by extension we get some more, Kara members, more things on the side of Kara from that. We have a bunch of training to be expected based on the performance of Team 7 in the fight against Boro, and the fact that all of these things have been happening to Boruto and his team. I think it would be a good time to actually start including other characters. If you even want to write it like, you know, they heard what happened vaguely, and the fact that the village might be like in like a kind of quote unquote war preparation mode, it'd be interesting to start including them. But I mean, at the top of the list, I do expect Sumere, Konohamaru, probably Iwabe and Denki to start making a bigger impact or bigger feature in the manga going forward. But you know, it's still a lot to juggle, so I guess we'll see how that goes. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in terms of my speculation in terms of Konoha's next move. I mean, involving the government and making the world feel much more bigger than it seems, I think is a good move. The training and everything relating to training is kind of to be expected. That kind of solidifies that the story is going to be going at a decent pace, and we can expect the time skip at some time, probably later this year. I'm kind of, you know, on the team on my bets around like the final chapter of 2020, because with everything that I've stated in this video, let's see, March, April, May, June, July. I mean, having 10 more chapters to kind of solidify and introduce everything that I've spoken about here, I think 10 chapters would be sufficient. So yeah, but I just kind of thought of this and decided to ramble on. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. What are your expectations for Konoha's next big move going forward in the story? So yeah, Sanji Uchiha, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.